Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 22 of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series Season 1, which means after this race is over, we only have 4 races to go before the chase of the championship begins. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrashmaniac 990, voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to Watkins, Glen, New York, here at Watkins Glen International for the running of the New York 220 here at Watkins Glen. Now, this is another road course. This is the second straight week we are going to a road course, and this track is a little faster, in my opinion, than Montreal because there's some fast parts of the track, couple of tricky turns, but for the most part, this is probably the most easy road course to run on because there are a lot of easy turns, some great turns, and with this version of the track being from 2011, there are no problems with tire walls for the most part, except for that one you see right there on your screen. But there ain't no sand pits for the most part, so if anybody goes off the track, they won't get stuck and they'll be able to continue. But anyways, also another key characteristic is going to be once again pit strategy, as pit strategy is always the thing when it comes to road courses. But anyways, we are now going to take a look at our starting lineup. Starting on the pole for the first time this season, a driver who has been having probably one of the more frustrating seasons of any driver this year. He currently is in 39th in points. Hasn't had a great run in a long time, but he can possibly get a win today. Pole sitter is going to be the 7 of Chris Michaels. Starting in the second spot is the driver who finished second last week at Montreal, Dylan Thero. And Dylan Thero moved up pretty big in the points. He moved up to the 32nd spot in points. We'll see if Dylan Thero can get a win and get himself a potential spot in the chase. Starting third is Jordan Culp, who comes into this race in the 25th position in points. He's been stagnant around that top 30 area in points pretty much most of the season. His highest finish came second back in the Daytona 500. He's had some good runs after that, but for the most part, he's been stagnant around top 20, top 25 finishes for the most part this season. But we'll see if Jordan Culp can get himself a win and get in the chase. Starting fourth is another driver who's had a tough season. He comes into the race 30th in points, Ian Siegel. Although last week he had a great finish last week back at Montreal. He finished in the 7th position. Even with damage from a crash he got into in the beginning of the race, he still managed to get a top 10 finish. Can he do better this week? We'll see. And then rounding out the top 5 is going to be the 6 of David Rivera, and he comes into this race 23rd in points. Or actually, no, not 23rd, excuse me, 28th. But he had a tough week last week, but we'll see if David Rivera can get a better finish this week. Starting 6th is the driver who comes in 35th in the points, and that is Rue McIntyre. And Rue McIntyre's been stepping it up a little bit in terms of qualifying, but finishes, for the most part, he hasn't really gotten great finishes other than a top 10 finish I believe he had back at Chicago or Indianapolis. I can't remember which. But Rue McIntyre starts 6th. 7th is going to be Jordan Culp's teammate, Chris Nelson, in the 93. He comes into this race 40th in the points. He would love to get another top 10 finish or even a win to make the chase. Starting 8th is going to be the 42 of Matt McIntyre, who has a win in a road course back at Canadian Tire, and he comes into the race 15th in points. So if he can stay around that area in the points for the rest of the regular season, he's going to be in good shape to make the chase. But he wants to get a second win so he can get a bigger cushion. Starting 9th is a driver who is starting to improve a little bit, but he needs to get himself a win if he's going to have a chance at making the chase, and that's the 51 of Ibrahim, as he is getting close to breaking out of 42nd place in points. He is 26 points behind Chris Dollarton for 41st. So if he can get up higher in the points by the end of the season, he's going to be one happy camper because he's been 42nd in points for most of this season. We'll see if he can get up any higher in points after today. And then rounding out the top 10 is the driver who's in 8th in points, but he was the first driver to lock himself into chase because he's a 4-time winner. He won back at Las Vegas, Martinsville, Darlington, and M&M Superspeedway, Chris Washer. Then to skim through the rest of the field, we have points leader Jessica Sheldon at 11th. Then it's Joshua Michaels, Ian Dutta, Chris Dollarton, Noah Hart, Charlie Rodriguez, Cody Lamas, Barney Taylor, Chris Oliver, Nick Smith, Cameron Bailey, Henry Nova, Cole Daly, Eric Burton, Daniel Day, Michael Norman, Fred Schaefer, Zachary Fitzwater, Charles Jackson, Trent Dunham, last week's winner at Montreal, Austin Weiner, Henrietta Fitzwater, Dylan Young, Carlos Rodriguez, Tommy Mooney, Sonny Hammond, Cody Hagan, Austin LaPlante, Seth Cole, Nathan Hudson. Then rounding out the field is going to be Kyle Matthews and Danny Wells. So that is a look at your starting lineup. We are getting ready to go green flag racing. Sorry, I had to go close the door for this. But anyways, so it's going to be Chris Michaels in the 7, who is going to be starting up front. But this first lap may be the trickiest lap of the race because this is when drivers are going to try getting up to speed and try to find their lines here on this track. But it is Chris Washer, Dylan Thero, Jordan Kolb, Ian Siegel, and rounding out the top 5, David Rivera. Those are your top 5 starters. And it's boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Chris Michaels is going to get a big jump on that start, but here comes Jordan Kolb to the bottom. He was going to try to get around that 7 of Chris Michaels for the lead. Let's check back here, see if anybody's off the pace at all. Looks like for the most part, everybody's good to go. Anyways, Chris Michaels still leads, but Jordan Kolb's trying to run him down. And here they go. They're coming into this C corner, as I call it, the bus stop. Chris Michaels is coming through very well. Now they're coming down to get to one of the last corners of the track. This is a very good passing zone right here. But then again, there is that gravel pit out there, so that's the only part of the track that has the gravel pit. So drivers hopefully don't get caught in that. And it looks like we're going to be on our first green flag lap. Chris Michaels will lead the first lap here today at Watkins Glen. Since we've gotten through the first lap pretty clean, we're going to take a look at the top 20 as they stand right now. Chris Michaels is your leader. Jordan Kolb second. Dylan Thero runs in third. We got battle for fourth. Ian Siegel's going to get around for fourth. Fifth, David Rivera. Sixth, Chris Nelson. Seventh, Rue McIntyre. Eighth, Ibrahim. Ninth, Chris Washer. Rounding out the top 10 is Ian Dutta. Then it's Matt McIntyre, Jessica Shelton, Joshua Michaels. Whoa, he overdrove that corner. And he's going to hit that tire wall, and I think that is going to ruin his day. Does anybody else get anything? Oh, Seth Cole hits the wall. Sonny Hammond's off the track, as was Carlos Rodriguez and Zachary Fitzwater. Oh, Zachary Fitzwater. Wow, how did he keep that? Uh-oh. Zachary Fitzwater's car is all over the place, but the caution is out. Cars are just riding all over the track, especially the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. He is just wicked loose. Oh, Cole Daly's got damage. He's on pit road. Joshua Michaels is on pit road. He had to teleport after he hit that tire wall while he was running in the 12th spot. So on lap 2, we get our first caution of the race, and Chris Michaels is still your leader. Let's look up here. Oh, Chris Oliver. I don't know if he has damage. It looks like he's got some side damage. Yeah, he does. He must have gotten involved in something. There's Cole Dally, who has had a tough couple weeks. And there's Joshua Michaels, but everybody else for the most part is good, so we probably had a 3-car incident take place. But Chris Michaels is your leader under caution. We will now take a look at a replay to see what happened to what brought out the caution for the first time today here at the Glen. Well, here was Joshua Michaels. He was scored in the 13th spot. He was running in the 13th spot at the time. And this is just on lap 2. I think what's going to happen, he's going to overdrive this bus stop corner here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he just completely overdrove and he got loose. And he's going to go sideways and then boom into the tire wall, and that caused his car to get stuck. I don't know if his motor blew out or not, but he got stuck there and he had to teleport to pit road. Now we're going to look up ahead to see. Oh! This was just a little bit further up ahead of the Joshua Michaels incident. Chris Oliver gets wicked loose, but he saved it. And then he's going to go through the rumble strip. He goes up into the 10 of Cameron Bailey. He's going to go sideways. He's going to hit the wall. And wow, he takes a hit right there from the 88 of Cole Dally. And then, where is the 88? Can't find the 88. There he is. Oh, I think he's going to hit the tire wall too. Let's see. Yeah, he gets the hit from the 21. He went airborne for a second. Then he's going to slide. And right there, he hit the tire wall, and then the motor died. So after the Joshua Michaels spin into the tire wall, we had an incident where the 21 got wicked loose and lost the car trying to turn through the bus stop. Like right here, he does almost exactly what Joshua Michaels did, although a lot of people had that problem, but everybody saves it. But Chris Oliver goes through the rumble strip into the 10, and that's going to get him sideways into the wall and then back up into the 88 of Cole Dally. And then the 88 right there goes into the tire wall. After he got up in the air for a second, then he just slid and then he hit the tire wall. And that's what's going to cause the 88 to probably retire from the race. But that was a look at what brought out the caution for the first time today here at Watkins Glen. We will now take you to the restart. Well, everybody's coming down pit road except for 3 cars. Cody Lamas, Austin Weiner, and Nathan Hudson. This could be strategy for them if they stayed out this time and then pit whenever a caution comes out, when everybody else would probably have to come down as well. So this could be strategy for the 39-5 and the 38. Let's see if anybody else came behind them. No, everybody else was in the pits. But updated list of drivers out of the race. Let's check the 21 to see if he's still running. No, he's out. 78 Joshua Michaels, he's out. And then Cole Dally is out. So yeah, Chris Oliver, Cole Dally, and Joshua Michaels are going to be out of the race after their incidents that happened on lap 2. But the lineup when we go green, it's going to be Cody Lamas, the leader. Second, Austin Weiner. Watch out for him. He's good with pit strategy here at road courses, especially with what happened last week at Montreal. And at Indianapolis when he did pit strategy and won. He's going to restart second. Third is going to be Nathan Hudson. Fourth, Jordan Culp. And he's the first driver to come off pit road. And then fifth is going to be Ian Siegel. Sixth is David Rivera. Seventh is Chris Michaels. Eighth, Rue McIntyre. Look at that. Sixth is the 6 car. Seventh is the 7 car. Eighth is the 8 car. How funny is that? But anyways, Dylan Thero 9th, rounding out the top 10, is going to be Chris Nelson. 11th is Ibrahim. 12th, Chris Washer. 13th, Ian Dutta. 14th, Chris Dollarton. 15th is Matt McIntyre. 16th, Charlie Rodriguez. 17th, Barney Taylor. 18th, Jessica Sheldon. 19th, Henry Nova. Rounding out the top 20 is Noah Hart. Then it's Nick Smith, Eric Burton, Charles Jackson, Cameron Bailey, Trent Dunham, Daniel Day, Dylan Young, Michael Norman, Cody Hagan, Fred Schaefer, Henrietta Fitzwater, Austin LaPlante, Seth Cole, Tommy Mooney, Sonny Hammond, Danny Wells, Kyle Matthews, Zachary Fitzwater, and Carlos Rodriguez. That is your top 39. The cars left on the track after the first incidents took place on lap 2. Cody Lamas is going to try to go for his second win of the season and try to be having a bigger cushion to make the chase. As if the race were over now, we'd have the 13 winners of the season be in the chase, and then before the race started, the 3 drivers outside the winners who would have made it in would have been Eric Burton, Ian Dutta, and Dylan Young. But we'll see if we get a different winner this season. The closest one to try to get their first win is going to be Nathan Hudson in the 3rd spot. And Nathan Hudson's actually more of a road course and restrictor plate driver for the most part. So we'll see what's going to happen with this restart. And they're off and running. And wow, Cody Lamas got a big jump. Austin Weiner, I think he spun his tires. Because now here comes Nathan Hudson to the bottom for the 2nd spot. And if he can get around him in this next turn, he's going to take it. And he's going to get 2nd. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas is pulling ahead. Let's go back here, see if anybody was wrecked or anything. It looks like everybody's going to come out of that area clean. Now we need to go to our Nun cam to see if anybody's going to have problems. Whoa, Chris Michaels! Wow! How did Chris Michaels save that car? Oh, Austin LaPlante goes through. Everybody made it through that pretty good. Let's see if we are still green or not, if there's a caution. Right now we can't tell at the moment. Yeah, they are still green, so everybody managed to get through that lap pretty clean. But Cody Lamas will lead this lap. So let's do a quick run through of the top 15. Cody Lamas is your leader, Nathan Hudson 2nd, 3rd is Austin Weiner, 4th David Rivera, 5th Jordan Kolb, 6th Chris Michaels, 7th Rue McIntyre, 8th Ian Siegel, 9th Dylan Thero, and then 10th is Chris Nelson. Then it's Chris Washer, Ibrahim, Ian Dutta, Matt McIntyre, Chris Dollarton. Let's go to the Nun cam once again to see if anybody is going to have any problems. Oh, Chris Michaels! Chris Michaels, does he save it? Yes, he does. Drivers seem to get loose coming through that bus stop. Let's check back here if anybody's behind. It looks like everybody's going to be good. Yeah, everybody got through that area pretty clean, and we're still green. These guys who are the top 3 right now were hoping for a caution, but so far it has not worked out well at the moment. We'll see if they can get a caution, but who knows? I mean, these drivers are actually now keeping it together now. But now they're getting ready to come back through the bus stop here in just a moment. We're going to go to our Nun cam so we can keep an eye out to make sure nobody gets crashed. Alright, we're going to keep an eye on Rue McIntyre. He saves it. Oh no, he's going through the grass. And oh, Charles Jackson, Cameron Bailey, Dylan Young, Daniel Day all spin. But I think, oh, Sonny Hammond, Carlos Rodriguez, they go spinning. Oh, wait a minute, up ahead. Oh, and they do have a caution. Ian Siegel's got damage. He was running in the top 10 at the time. Everybody who spun out in that bus stop, managed to save it, but I think the 22 might have been the key to what the caution was out for. I think he overdrove that bus stop and did exactly what Joshua Michaels did, and that was hit the tire wall. But we'll find out in just a moment, as we are under caution for the second time today here at Watkins Glen, and Cody Lamas is your leader. Well, at the time, Ian Siegel was running in the 9th spot, hoping to get his second straight top 10 of the season. But he is going to do exactly what Joshua Michaels did. He gets loose, loses that part of the car, and he's going to go up and into the tire wall. He went, car gets stuck, motor dies. Tough break for Ian Siegel. But now we got to keep an eye out here for the 10. There you see the spins have already happened. We're actually going to go up to the 16 of Charles Jackson because he's the first car that's going to go spinning. Yeah, he just didn't get it turning. He just flat out lost it. And then the 10, oh, and the 31 actually hit Trent Dunham. Fred Schaefer actually got some contact by the 31. And then more cars just pile in from the spins, but really not really any damage. But watch the 16. This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. He just flat out lost it. And it turned the opposite way. And then Daniel Day, among others, are they going to just flat out lose it? There's Daniel Day and Dylan Young. A couple cars who get into this. Let's see with these three cars. And yeah, they do the exact same thing. They all just spun, they just lost it, and they just went on the opposite side of each other. And then Sonny Hammond, let's check the 17, because his looked like he could have gotten turned by somebody. We're going to take a look. No, he does. He has flat out lost it too. I don't understand what happened here. Like, a bunch of guys just lost it as they were turning, and it just turned to the opposite side. Oh, Zachary Fitzwater actually got damage. He actually hit the 2 of Dylan Young, but for the most part, everybody got through that rather clean. Oh, and then we have another incident that happens up here with Henrietta Fitzwater. She's going through the grass to try to avoid the 17, the 9, and the other cars. She's going to come back on the track, and oh, she gets up into Danny Wells, and then into that wall hard, and then into the outside wall hard. And does she hit a tire wall sliding? No, I think she's going to go and drive away. I think she's going to be okay. But she did take a couple hard licks into the inside and outside walls. But everybody else got through this mess pretty clean. So that was a look at what happened to what brought out the caution for the second time today here at Watkins Glen. We will now take you to the restart. Well, we see some drivers on pit road. Jordan Culp, Rue McIntyre, Chris Dollarton, and I believe Eric Burton. Let's take a look and see if that is him. No, that's Barney Taylor. They both run the same paint scheme. So it looks like only 4 drivers are coming down pit road. That could be strategy for them in case these other drivers can't make it on fuel. And I can tell those guys will have to come down pit road here in the next 5 3/4 of a lap. But Cody Lamas is still your leader. Second is Nathan Hudson. Third, Austin Weiner. Those guys have not pitted at all in this race. They've got to probably come down pit road here in the next couple laps. And then everybody else behind them did pit, but I don't know if they can make it all the way. If they do, it's going to be 1 lap to the go. But fourth is David Rivera. Fifth is pole sitter Chris Michaels. Sixth, Chris Nelson. Seventh, Chris Washer. 8th, Dylan Thero. 9th, Ian Dutta. Rounding out the top 10 is Ibrahim. 11th is Matt McIntyre. 12th, Charlie Rodriguez. 13th, Noah Hart. 14th, Nick Smith. 15th, Jessica Sheldon. 16th, Henry Nova. 17th, Eric Burden. 18th, Michael Norman. 19th, Cody Hagan. Rounding out the top 20 is Austin LaPlante. Then it's Seth Cole, 21st, 22nd, Kyle Matthews, 23rd, Fred Schaefer, 24th, Trent Dunham, 25th, Charles Jackson, 26th, Cameron Bailey, 27th, Daniel Day, 28th is Carlos Rodriguez, 29th, Sonny Hammond, rounding out the top 30 is Dylan Young. 31st is Henrietta Fitzwater, and everybody else pitted behind them. Jordan Culp, Rue McIntyre, Chris Dollarton, Barney Taylor, Tommy Mooney, Danny Wells, and Zachary Fitzwater. After all that, we have only one car out of the race to join Chris Oliver, Cole Daly, and Joshua Michaels, and that's Ian Siegel. So we have 38 cars still on the track, and when they come down to the stripe, it's going to be 5 laps to go. And these top 3 drivers are the most critical when it comes to fuel. The drivers behind them probably would have to pit around about 1 or 2 laps to go. Everybody from Jordan Culp on behind them are good to go for the rest of the race. So this is going to be interesting for pit stops if they take place here in the next few laps. For all these drivers ahead of Jordan Culp, Rue McIntyre, and among others. We could witness what could have happened in other road course races where drivers have a battle for the win on pit road. Who knows, but we'll see what's going to happen here. But Cody Lamas, Nathan Hudson, and Austin Wander are the most critical when it comes to gas because they have not pitted at all today here at Watkins Glen, and they're not coming down this time. So they're gonna try hard to stretch it out the rest of the race, but I don't think it's gonna be possible. But they were hoping for that caution to come out, and they did, but it wasn't the time for it. But here we go, green flag is out. And already I see David Rivera, he tried to go underneath Austin Weiner for 3rd, but he couldn't capitalize. I think Zachary Fitzwater may not be up to speed all the way. And Cody Lamas is going to pull ahead once again. Austin Weiner now trying to get to the 38 of Nathan Hudson for 2nd. But now we need to go to the Nun cam to see if anybody's going to have problems through this bus stop. We're going to go to it now. Oh, David Rivera and Chris Michaels. Oh, man. Well, let's keep an eye out here just to be sure. Looks like everybody's going to come through. Did David Rivera wreck? No, they saved it. Great job for the 6 and the 7 to avoid wrecking. So let's see, are they coming down the pit? No, they are not. Oh, yes, they are. Cody Lamas, Nathan Hudson, Austin Warner pitting. Which means that the lead's going to cycle around to David Rivera. David Rivera is your leader at the moment. The top 3 who did not pit yet are now on pit road, but now the question is, when will these guys who are up ahead of the 83 of Jordan Culp and others behind them, when will they have to pit? Because I know they gotta be, they're only a couple more laps to the good over Cody Lamas. I could see these guys coming down pit road by the time they take the white flag, but this is going to be very interesting. Oh, we need to go to the Nun cam real quick. Hurry, 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 hurry. Alright, we're on the Nun cam. We missed that part of the bus stop, but this portion of the track is the more critical. And it looks like everybody's going to get through there pretty well. And David Rivera is still your leader. Are we still green is the question. Yes, we are. And now here comes David Rivera. Uh-oh. Now the lead's going to go back to Chris Michaels, who started on the pole. He's going to be your leader now. But he's probably going to have to come down pit road here anytime. Oh, man. This is going to get really, really interesting because now Rivera's on pit road and a lot of others. So now Ian Dutta, it looks like, is in the 2nd spot while Chris Michaels has the lead again. So we need to go to the Nun cam to make sure nobody wrecks here in the bus stop. Okay, oh, Charlie Rodriguez. Wow, he saved a great job. Oh, I think I heard him hit the wall. I think there's a wreck up ahead. Uh-oh. We're going to have to cancel this. Let's check up ahead. Yeah, Charlie Rodriguez wrecked. Charlie Rodriguez has crashed. But wait, is the caution out? Is the caution out? Let's see if the 7 has to come down now. Yeah, the caution flag is out. Oh, man, this is going to get really, really interesting. We're not going to be able to go green flag racing because we're now 2 laps to go, so the race is going to end under caution. But these drivers, maybe they can save up fuel and coast it the rest of the way, but I don't know. This is going to get really, really interesting. We're actually going to keep an eye on this. We'll take a look at the replay for, oh, Henrietta Fitzwater. I don't know what she's doing. Actually, we'll real quick take a look at a replay right now to see what happened to Charlie Rodriguez. Well, here's a look at what happened to Charlie Rodriguez. He is probably going to do the same thing. He's going to lose it. But it looked like he was going to have it saved, and then I heard him. Oh, man, he had barely hit the tire wall right there, and then he hits the tire wall again, and that's going to cause his car to erupt. And that's what happens to him. But I saw the 93 and the 31 on pit road. Are they going to have an incident coming off of pit road? Or are they going to get into an incident going through the bus stop? Oh, it looks like Chris Nelson. Does he get through it all right? No, he's going to do the same thing Charlie Rodriguez does. Wow, Chris Washer was so close to missing. Was so close to getting hit. Now, Fred Schaefer, he was already on pit road. I don't know what happened to him. We're going to take a look. Oh, he's going to do the exact same thing. This was a little bit before the Chris Nelson incident took place. Fred Schaefer, he's going to go down and then, oh, he did the same thing Charlie Rodriguez did, into the tire wall and the outside wall. 3 cars, the 18, the 31, the 93, did the exact same wreck. Law lose it in the bus stop, hit the tire wall and the guardrail barely, and then go into the other tire wall and guardrail. But that was a look at what brought the caution. We will now take you to where we left off last time. Well, we're still on lap 13 because we need to keep an eye out up here to see what's going to happen with the 7. But there are drivers who came out of pit road who are a lap down. But we're going to see. This is where the race is going to get really interesting. But at the moment, Chris Michaels is the leader, Ian Dutta second, Nick Smith third, Matt McIntyre fourth, Seth Cole fifth. That is your top 5 at the moment, but we're going to keep our eyes out here, see if they have to come down pit road, because they've got to be close to running out of fuel, because David Rivera had to come down, and there he is back there around the, I would say probably the 12th spot, unless he's a lap down as well. We're going to keep our eyes out here on the 7 of Chris Michaels, who started on the pole, led a little bit. Then he got shuffled to around the top 10 because of pit strategy. And now he's up here to the lead, but let's see if he has to come down pit road. Henrietta Fitzwater's moving up the track, and yes, he is coming down pit road. Anybody going to follow him? Ian Dutta, Nick Smith, Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole. Everybody's coming down except for the 9, the 6. I think David Rivera might have the lead now. I don't know. It depends on Zachary Fitzwater, because he's right there. I think maybe it's Fitzwater who's the leader. We're going to check. Yeah, Zachary Fitzwater is the leader. And I know these guys are good on fuel, so it looks like Zachary Fitzwater may be your winner. But we are on the white flag lap, and he's got his wife Henrietta right in front of him, and she's on the tail end of the lead lap now. But her husband, Zachary, is the leader at the moment. So let's take a look at the run-through of the top 20 at the moment. It's Zachary Fitzwater, the leader, David Rivera second, Cody Lamas after that cycle of pit stops, he's up to third, fourth Chris Washer, fifth Dylan Thero. 6th, Eric Burden. 7th, Ibrahim. 8th, Nathan Hudson. 9th, Noah Hart. 10th is Austin Weiner. 11th is Cody Hagan. 12th, Danny Wells. 13th, Henry Nova. 14th, Michael Norman. 15th, Kyle Matthews. 16th, Cameron Bailey. 17th, Trent Dunham. 18th, Daniel Day. 19th, Austin LaPlante. Then rounding out the top 20 is Carlos Rodriguez. Then it's Charles Jackson. Or I'm not sure if Carlos among them are even in their spots or what. I think they may be a lap down. Let's check. No, they are on the tail end, so to speak, of the lead lap. But then again, that's from where it was last scored, so we aren't entirely sure at the moment. But Zachary Fitzwater, unless he has to make another pit stop to top off to be sure, you're looking at the race winner and a 14th driver at the moment who would be in the chase. But like I said, we are not entirely sure here. We are going to monitor this up until they take the checkered flag. But this has been a really good race nonetheless, despite 3 cautions. Still watching this just to make absolutely sure that these guys don't have to pit again. And even Zachary Fitzwater has a little buck on the hood because he did get a little damage from the first incident, or no, the second caution with Dylan Young. But he, at the moment, is your leader. And I thought he wasn't up to speed, and yet he's the leader at the moment. But we're going to keep an eye out, see if they are not going to come down pit road, or if they are, then who will be the leader? We're going to monitor this. Let's see. Nope, they are not coming down pit road, so it looks like the race is official. Zachary Fitzwater, after a pretty much struggling season, he's going to come up with a huge high spot, and he is going to win the New York 220 here at Watkins Glen International in Watkins Glen, New York, and he is official, crossing the checkered flag to the finish line. Zachary Fitzwater is your winner here at Watkins Glen. Pit strategy, staying around the back, and we thought he wasn't up to speed, but it prevailed, and now he is a winner this season. Make that 14 different winners in 22 races. Unbelievable. Zachary Fitzwater, after a struggle of a season, he is going to win here at Watkins Glen. Great performance by that 9 car. Despite getting in that second caution, he managed to keep his car in the back, and when the time was right, he would make the pit stop, have a quick pit stop to get ahead of everybody else, and he got to the lead and won the race. But now we're going to take a look at the official results. Zachary Fitzwater is going to get his first win of his career and of the season. Great job for Zachary Fitzwater. He is going to be happy that he will be a driver in the chase for the moment, but we still have 4 races left of the regular season before the chase starts, so really anything can still happen with anybody. But congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater nonetheless. David Rivera, great run of second for him. He was hoping he could have got that win, but he came so close, but he's going to get second. Third, Cody Lamas, who led a lot today. He's going to come away with third. Chris Washer, this is the first time we've seen him get a great finish in quite a while. He's going to get fourth for the 4-time winner. Finally, for a while, he's got a top finish, top 10, top 5 finish. Great run for him. And Dylan Thero, this guy just continues to get better and better. He's going to come away with 5th. Great run for him. 6th is Eric Burton. First time in a little bit we've seen Eric Burden get a top 10. Great run for him. And Ibrahim, be on the lookout for that 7 car, or for that 51. He's starting to step it up. And if the points came into his favor, he might be out of 42nd place. It depends on where the driver ahead of him, which I believe was Chris Nelson, if I can recall. We'll check that in just a moment. Nathan Hudson, who had a top 5 car most of the day, he's going to come away with 8th. Great run for him. Noah Hart gets a 9th place finish. Great run for him. And Austin Weiner, our winner from Montreal and Brickyard the last couple weeks, he's going to come away with a 10th place finish. Great run for him. Then everybody behind him, Cody Hagan's going to get 11th. 12th is Danny Wells. 13th, Henry Nova. 14th, Michael Norman. 15th is Kyle Matthews. 16th, Cameron Bailey. 17th, Trent Dunham. 18th was Daniel Day. 19th, Austin LaPlante. Rounding out the top 20 is Carlos Rodriguez. Then we have Charles Jackson, who finished 21st. 22nd, after he led a lot in the early part of the race and pitch strategy cost him. Chris Michaels is going to finish 22nd. 23rd, Ian Dutta. 24th is Nick Smith. 25th is going to be Matt McIntyre. Then it's Seth Cole, Chris Dollarton, Rue McIntyre, Sonny Hammond, Barney Taylor, the top 30. And then everybody else who finished on the lead lap and finished the race were Jordan Kolb, Tommy Mooney, Dylan Young, Jessica Shelton, Henrietta Fitzwater. Top 35, and they were the drivers who finished. Everybody else was out of the race. Charlie Rodriguez, Chris Nelson, Fred Schaefer, Ian Siegel, Chris Oliver, Cole Daly, and Joshua Michaels. Now, the points situation coming into the race as far as points lead, Jessica Shelton came in with a 50-point lead over Austin Weiner. Austin finished in 10th. Jessica Shelton finished 34th. So Austin Weiner's going to gain 15 points on Jessica Shelton. So Jessica Shelton is going to leave with a 35-point lead over Austin Weiner. Now with the Ibrahim situation, he came into the race 42nd in points, and the driver he was hoping to get 25 points on was Chris Dollarton. Ibrahim finished 7th. Chris Dollarton finished in 27th. So he's not going to quite get to 41st yet, but he's going to be 5 points behind Chris Dollarton, or whoever will be in that 41st spot at the moment. So Ibrahim's getting close to try to get out of 42nd place in points after he's gotten some good finishes as of late. But anyways, congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater. He gets his first win of the season and a potential spot in the chase, but we still have 4 regular season races left until the chase begins, and anything can happen still here in the next 4 weeks. But anyways, until we get to the next race, which will be in Michigan, I am Levi McIntyre here to show you the results one more time and the point standings. But until Michigan, so long, everybody.